There we go.
All right, we're live. Welcome, guys. Welcome to Crash Course on Nothing. I'm so happy to shoot this episode. We are in the new podcast room, and the mics are crisp as hell, man. I love it.
Sick.
So yeah, let me start with the introductions first. I'm joined by Yuban. How are you
What's
doing,
up? I'm back.
bro? He's back. And today's special guest is Julianne. How are you doing?
I'm doing very well. Thank you for having me. I'm very excited.
Yo.
I'm back.
You can't do it like that, man. Can you give us a bit of an introduction? So, like, for the audience?
Yeah,
More
for sure.
about you.
Hey, guys. I am Julianne DeGrian. I am a third year in life science, and I've been friends with these two noobs for a while now.
Okay.
She says
And I'm excited to finally be featured on this podcast.
Yeah. So, today's episode is a bit interesting. I think it scared a lot of the people. But
it's kind of something we were trying to talk about last week.
yeah,
but
yeah.
ended up skipping.
So I'm gonna start with the topic first. Like, do you guys think nowadays, like, is dating getting, harder?
Yes. Yeah.
So, like, why would, okay, so let me start with Julianne. Why would you, say that?
I think with the inclusion of like social media, Tinder, apps like that, like dating apps like
Yeah.
Hinge, Bumble, there's always an option for better.
Yeah,
So you have like a full list of people
yeah,
and you have access to so many different people around the world far from you that, like, in a weird way, people will never settle.
yeah,
They're always looking for something better. And even if you have something that's good,
Yeah.
they're like, oh, he's cuter. Oh, he has more abs, something like that.
yeah. I think this is something I was thinking about last night was, like, people are trying to look for the perfect person. And I spoke about this last episode. Do not chase the perfect person. You'll never find that. Just become the right person, or like develop yourself in a way where you can attract others. Because like nowadays, people just want to point fingers and blame it on others. Like, oh, like this guy didn't have that and whatever. And like the fact is, relationships are hard, and like this whole process is not an easy process, and like you have to work it out together. There's a saying like two people can move a couch easily, but like, but what about you, Yuban? What is your take on that?
Honestly, I think it's definitely harder. I will
Yeah.
say,
No, it is.
but I think it's for a different reason than Julianne. She thinks it's like social media and stuff.
Mhm.
I think it's because people just don't know what they want,
Yeah,
and it's just like everyone wants different things, and you end up meeting like people that want something that's not what you want out of a relationship.
yeah,
And that's what makes it a little harder.
That's fair.
Yeah.
I think hookup culture is a really, really big thing that
Mhm.
has kind of also destroyed
Like, especially here.
relationships. Yeah.
it
for
is normalized, and I think it is. I mean, free. You know what? You can do whatever you want. Like, it's your choice. But I just think like it just ruins the purpose of what a relationship is meant for. And this brings me also to a lot of other things that we'll talk about later. But something that Joanne brought up was like social media, as like the expectations that it puts on people.
Yeah.
Like people just look at social media to see those like couple goals, like that
Mhm.
situation.
Oh, for sure.
And let me tell you something. Like, obviously, you're seeing the best parts. Like, these people definitely fight. Like,
Oh, yeah.
there's drama. Like, people post their best moments, but like that doesn't mean like they love each other.
Yeah. It
And-
creates a
Yeah.
very, like, ideal that's kind of unachievable. Kind of like in the movies.
Yeah,
Like when you're young, that's the only representation beyond like family that you have of love. And you kind of just continue to search for that. You're like, oh, I wish a boy would. I mean, I had this personally too when I
yeah,
was growing up and like first started getting into the dating world was like, I wanted a boy to show up at my door and surprise me with flowers
yeah,
or make like a grand romantic gesture
yeah.
to like prove to me that he was like all in
Yeah, for
and,
sure,
and
for sure.
really cared and loved me. But it was just so it's not normal. It's not reality. It's not how relationships actually work.
How do you think your perspective on relationships changed since first year? Since first year of university?
Since
I've
first year.
Yeah, let's talk first year. I'm not gonna go back in history, okay? But because like my stance on it changed like big time. Like I used to be somebody who really wants to be in a relationship, and then I realized like it's easier said than done. Like, bro, there's a lot of things that come
Right.
when it comes to relationships. Like you need to be dedicated.
Yeah,
You need
there's
to be.
definitely a lot of responsibilities. With
Yeah,
that.
it is.
There's a lot of
responsibility.
vulnerability too, and I think you need to be ready to share that.
Yeah.
And I think you gotta share it with the right person too.
It's hard. I will say in first year I I came into university with a boyfriend, and that was.
Wait, you had a boyfriend coming in?
Yeah, I had a boyfriend coming, and we met the summer right before.
Okay.
I went to Mac, and he went to Mac as well.
Oh.
So I was in first year. He was a year older. And he's
the one
living
I'm
off
talking
campus. Huh?
Is this the one I think you're talking about?
No.
No.
No,
Yo,
the other one.
let's not put his name out there.
Yeah, no.
We don't wanna expose.
Not that one. No, this was a different one, and it was really hard.
Yeah.
Because I was at a point where, like, I was entering a new stage of life, and there were so many things that I wanted to explore.
Yeah.
Like meeting new people, going out to parties. This was like a whole different stage of life for me, and for him, he felt like he had already moved past all of that. Which was surprising because he had never been to university either.
You mean he's never like experienced like the party life, like the go explore?
Because we were all in COVID, like
But
a year older too.
Like some people just don't really fuck.
Yeah,
that's
not
not
really,
what it is,
yeah,
you know
I
what
get
I
it.
mean?
But he was against it in the way that he didn't want me doing any of that either.
So he's controlling you?
Yeah.
Here's the thing, like, I think.
All right, here we go. This is getting interesting. Okay, let's go.
Like, wait, actually, before I say anything, I want to ask you, like, what do you mean, like, he wanted to stop you from doing it? Like, what, like, just is it like the parties, the clubbing, or like?
It was a lot of things. It was the people that I was hanging out with didn't like me. He even didn't like me hanging out with you and like your boys, like
Really?
yeah.
Actually, okay. Wait, let me put my stance on that. Okay, I think there needs to be trust in a relationship. Okay, from the beginning, you can't control somebody completely. Like I've thought about that multiple times. Listen, you're dating somebody. At the end of the day, you can't tell your girl like, hey, don't go hang out with your friends.
Yeah, no,
like if they're
yeah, of course that's fair.
If she like, respectfully, okay, if she's gonna cheat, regardless of what you do, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
It applies for both people. So what I'm saying is, you gotta have that trust in a relationship, because if you don't have that, like,
there's
just like
no
you said,
respect.
like,
There's no like, if you don't respect, like, if you can't trust me, you don't respect me enough.
Here's
Then
the thing,
we
though,
really
like,
shouldn't be in this relationship.
Yeah.
I feel like it is fair what he said, though. Like, even if it was like me or my boys, because what he doesn't know what we're like, or like the dynamic that we have, right?
Fair. Because like I think because I think we can get into something from that, is like, you know, because a lot of guys like say like, oh, guys and girls can't be best friends.
Yeah.
We have that topic, right? And it's like,
yeah,
it's
that's
like,
a tough one.
That's a tough one, because like you can't force that ideology on every guy. A lot of guys like have their own perspective on it, and yeah, I'd say also I am a jealous type. Like I would be like, I would be, I am a jealous type. I would be like, yo, like, because like in my mind I would be like, if she's going to hang out with her friends, right, and like there's guys and stuff, okay, that's cool, because like there's girls and guys or whatever, okay. But if you're going to like hang out with your friend who's a guy in a library alone, or like I don't know where.
I think
that's
where
it changes. Like, where if it's a one-on-one, then it's like
that's the
it
situation.
becomes a little bit.
But a lot of people are like okay with that. They're like, oh, he's my friend. Like, are you insecure?
But I think there's a limit to where, like, I think it's normal to have guy friends. Like, and I honestly think it's needed. Like sometimes, like I'm like I can't deal with girls right now. But I think it's about like how often do you spend time with them and what sorts of things do you do. Like, are you guys hanging in your room alone together?
Yeah.
Are you like going on like picnic dates and like movie dates every single day where like you're spending 6 hours together?
Because like at a point, you know, I've seen this, like it could lead to cheating. Like I'm not gonna, because like one of the things is, or how I think of it is like if I'm dating a girl, right, like I'd want her to come to me as the guy for advice, not anybody else. And
yeah,
I mean, I guess that's, I don't want it to be like, oh, he's controlling, but at the end of the day, like, why would you be dating me if you don't trust my opinion? If you can't trust my opinion, it's like, because like at the end of the day, I would want you to be the only girl I get advice from, because like you'd probably be the only one who wants the best for me, right?
And that's honestly something that I've talked to a lot of my guy friends about. Like ones that I've gotten really close with is like, you know what? If you ever get a girlfriend, I want you to put your relationship first. Like if she's uncomfortable with me, if she doesn't want you to talk to me, do that. Yeah. Because you should focus on the girl that you want to spend the rest of your life.
You should. I think you should respect that.
Yeah.
W friend, Julie.
Well, it's something that I've learned because like over time you realize that like, you know what, if this is something that you see like this relationship you see going to the end point,
Yeah.
that is your ride or die, like best friend for life, and that's the one relationship you should always focus on, and everyone else can kind of like you'll eventually lose friends, like they come and go, but this is something you should focus on.
Yeah. I guess I get your point from that. Yeah, what do you want to say?
I don't know, but it's like sometimes I feel like a girl was like, or a guy would be like, they'll ask you to choose between your friend or them. It's like,
yeah, that's a tough one. That's a tough one because like you'll be losing your friend out of that.
Yeah, it really depends like how long I've known my friend for. Like some people I've known since like I was like in elementary school and shit.
Listen, the thing is, I think one of the reasons why people are against like, oh, you shouldn't have a guy best friend or like a girl shouldn't have like it goes for both ways. I think it's just because like a lot of the times when guys and girls are friends, sometimes they end up being in a relationship together. It happens. And so I think it created this stereotype for people to be like, you know what? No, I don't want my girl having guy best friends. And like that generalized things. I think though, just like I said, this correlates to what I was trying to say in the beginning. Is like, you know what? Like if a girl's gonna cheat, if a guy's gonna cheat, they'll cheat regardless. Yeah. Regardless of what you do, how you like cut that off. Like once a cheater, always a cheater. Like kind of like that. I mean, you can come back from cheating. Like I'm not saying like
it's a tough. Like I think everything is circumstantial. I think that's something that I've learned with cheating.
Which brings me, do you think? Yeah. I mean, yeah, I don't know, but like,
I do want to touch back on your point. I mean, the friends part, I think it only like in terms of choosing your friends over your significant other, only sometimes applies with.
I don't like being put in
sex.
A situation where I have like an ultimatum, you know.
No, but that's fair. Like nobody should put you in a place where you have to decide. But obviously, if a guy came to me and was like, it's either me or your girlfriend.
Choose your guy.
I'd be like, that's a tough one.
Girlfriends
are different. Yeah.
What
like
about
if it was a guy, that is something that's where I'm like, that's different.
Yeah,
that's different.
Because like, just like she said, like, you know what? Like if a girl's like, you can't hang out with your guy friends. That is okay. That's a problem.
Exactly.
That's where it's like
exactly.
You know? But if she said like, hey, don't hang out. If she said like, don't hang out too much with
this girl,
the girls, because I want you to come up to me for. You gotta respect that.
Yeah, and that's what I was trying to get at. It's like this. Like if it's for a guy, if she's giving you an ultimatum to choose between your guy friends, that's probably like a.
That's probably a red flag. Like,
exactly, because then you're like, well, these guys, like they're my best friends. Like I hang out with them all the time. Like they're like my brothers, and that's like, and you're just like you're telling me to kind of
like
end
just
this
cut
like
them off,
family relationship basically.
Yeah, no,
but if it was a girl, it'd be a different story.
Okay, okay. So I wanted to touch upon this one. It's a bit controversial. I think it depends on the cultural thing. But we were talking about this. Do guys have to pay for dinner all the time?
I remember.
I had this topic with her because
we were at Nana's actually.
We were sitting and she's like, Yusuf, so like, do you pay for? And the thing is, after that, she had to pay for. Well, okay, but we were studying at the coffee shop and then we went to eat. And then she was telling me like, you know, like, would you pay for a girl's dinner? I was like, yeah, like I'd love to do that all the time.
Yeah.
But I was like, right now I'm not in the position to do that because I'm a student and I'm broke. But like, I'm like, you know what? Like when I have my own like job and like I'm working like my corporate job, whatever it is, right? So I'd obviously want to pay for every meal. Because like I've been raised like that. Like my dad and like stuff like that. Like, we do that. Like I've seen my dad do that. And so like, it's just like, it's like a habitual thing. It's a cultural thing
that's
for
what
me.
My dad does as well.
And we've grown up to that. But when I came here and like I spoke to Jana about it, she's like, oh, like I don't think it's that important. And I was like, wait.
Yeah, I was like,
what? Hey. Wait.
Well, it's more in the sense because like my parents raised me to be very independent and to not rely on other people to give you things and to provide things for you.
That's another thing that like changed the dating life a lot.
For sure.
Yeah, no.
And so I just never feel the need to have a guy pay for me. Or like even when it's like going out to the clubs and like asking guys for drinks, I'm like, I can buy myself my own drink.
Whoa.
What?
Whoa.
I don't actually go up and ask guys for drinks. Have you ever maybe like once or twice out of the like
I've heard you say some like, oh, I'm gonna get some guy to get a shot for me.
What? That is definitely not me. No. 100%. When has that ever actually happened?
I don't think you've ever executed it, but I've
Okay,
heard
okay.
you say.
Wait. But it would be nice if you did.
In terms of like
Like if he got you a drink.
like it depends on what.
Like if he
Well,
asked it
depends
in
if
a
he's creepy or
non,
like
in a
like
non
someone
like
she wants.
F boy type of situation, and not Kevin Nguyen type of situation. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
um
I don't know.
yeah, it's nice.
Okay.
It's nice. Like if I went on a date with a guy and he paid for dinner, it's very sweet. But I think it also in a weird way makes me very uncomfortable
Okay.
because I'm like, oh, like I owe you something now.
We did have this conversation. She's like, okay, because like you know what? Oh my god, what happened? Okay, nothing. Because like you know what? She's been brought up to like take care of her own stuff, and you're the youngest.
Yeah.
So that is just like she's seen her older siblings just do more
Are
stuff.
you the older one?
I'm the older one.
I'm the youngest one.
Oh yeah, I know about that. But like
I
but
get
like
it.
because like since I'm the oldest one, my brother looks at me and he's like, yo, I gotta work hard and stuff like that. Like, so I think she has that same mentality. So I wouldn't blame her for thinking that way. And I do think it's the way you've been brought up
Yeah.
to what it's been leading for people to think. So
And I think it is like family in the family context, it's like what your parents represent and show to you.
yeah.
Like my dad, like this is gonna sound not so great, but
Right.
like my parents had a decent relationship while I was growing up.
Okay.
But he wasn't one to buy my mom things. So my mom paid for all of her stuff. She wanted to go out. She bought everything on her own.
Okay.
And so in turn, that's what I saw.
Yeah.
And it was like my mom was very independent and she taught me to do the same.
That's good.
As like you shouldn't need to rely on a man because what happens when
The man leaves.
the man leaves? Yeah. Like you should be able to provide for yourself.
I've seen that. We've seen that in the Western society a lot. Like man leaves and like woman has to take care of her kids.
Exactly.
I've seen that.
And I think that's the cultural difference
Yeah.
growing up here.
I mean, I think we have it back home. It's just not as common.
Yeah.
Well, I would just say that. Like, it's obviously everywhere, and it happens everywhere. It's just we don't have it as much. It's not common, or we don't hear about it as much.
Yeah, no, like I have a lot of friends around me back home like that don't have like parents that have the greatest relationships.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Like it would be nice to be provided for. And if obviously ideal world, ideal life.
Remember that? Yeah.
Yeah.
Remember? I was like, I'd love to provide for my girl. And stuff.
Exactly.
Like,
I'd be a fucking housewife. Yeah, you pay for all my
yo, I like
gladly.
that. I like hearing that.
I don't have to work a 9-to-5 office job.
Yeah, yo.
Thank you. Yes, please.
Yeah.
but
I like a housewife.
Like,
I like a house.
there's no
honestly.
guy here that's either one willing to or has the drive or the passion to actually do that.
Yeah, some guys do though.
Some
I
guys,
think
but
so.
rare. To be honest, very rare.
I mean, maybe here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe here.
I just-
That's why I'm trying to leave. I'm not looking for a relationship here. Yeah, my public what is it called? Service and my PSA is go to Europe and find yourself a boy.
Okay.
Or just anywhere else in the world, just not America or Canada.
I have a question.
All right.
Should men,
Might have an answer.
as a gym bro, should men approach girls at the gym?
No.
Stances on that?
No.
Give me that.
No.
Exactly.
No.
Let me put my stance on it. It's creepy, I think. Maybe some girls would find it creepy. I just stay safe. Don't do it in the gym.
Like here's the thing. It's like
if you see her outside of the gym, maybe you can do that.
Be like, hey, I've seen you at the gym doing your squats
Yeah.
and
that's
I like-
creepy. What do you mean?
or no, not don't do that. She'd be like,
Don't
are you
ever-
looking at my?
Yeah, it's like
you know?
what, you staring at me?
Okay, but
Let's be real though, guys. Come on. It's
Like,
not like you're not.
I mean,
No.
but
at the one
it's
time,
like-
like
yeah.
it's like we fast with it, you know.
like a
like-
little side eye,
like
like
it-
in the peripheral,
It's
like
just
you
like
walk by.
human nature too.
Yes,
like,
yes.
It's just a human.
I mean, I looked
Like,
too.
yeah,
yeah.
Like
I think everybody does look. It's just like the way. You,
like I feel like we even look at guys. It's like, oh, damn.
oh
he's
yeah,
like,
I've looked at.
you're like,
I was like,
it's like, damn, he's got a dumpy.
yo, how'd you
like-
get that?
no, there are some guys who have some nice asses at the gym.
Oh.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
This
yeah,
guy's
Like
one of them.
wow.
Yo, hey. but yeah, okay. So
Okay.
what do you should you?
No, I'm saying. Well,
You go.
I feel like unless they give like
Okay,
a clear
we
sign,
guys
right?
think no, but like
Yeah,
do,
yeah,
do
yeah,
you
yeah.
from a girl's perspective, do you think?
I've been approached, and I've had my friends be approached as well
Ah,
in front of me too.
And
It's
how'd you deal with that?
I just turn and I just pretend like I'm doing something else, and I just kind of look at the
Oh.
sky or I look at something else, or I'm like going to grab a weight off the rack and like fiddling with it. It's not bad.
Mm.
It's not bad. It's honestly like it's kind of, I think with any girl, like, we love when a guy approaches, it's like flattering.
Yeah.
We take it as a compliment.
But for us, it's like if a girl ever approaches a guy, it's like,
Oh, by the way, if girls do that, like that's definitely like a green flag. Like,
I've tried.
Really?
It's
oh,
terrifying.
Bro.
It's
Maybe the way you've done it. Wait, did you be like, hey, are you using this machine? And he's like,
No, not at the gym.
It
Not
wasn't
at the gym.
None of the
It
gym.
was at the carnival last year.
Oh my god.
At like the end of the year, so I saw this guy earlier in the day at the grocery store, and I was like, "Oh, he's so cute." And I talked to a couple of my friends, and they were like, "Do it." And I was like, "No, guys, I'm scared." I chickened out. I was like, I looked like shit. I was in sweats. I like hadn't showered. My hair was gross and like oily. And then I was like, "No, I'm not gonna do it." But if I see him again ever, I'll do it. And I was like, "It's the last day of school."
What is the punchline? Like, give me the line.
I went up to him and I said, "Hi, I think you're really cute. Can I have your Instagram?"
Treat me like whitey. Don't do me dirty. Is that how, did you do the wrist face? Like, you do that? Oh my god. So it didn't work.
No, it worked.
Oh, it did.
It worked.
See, I know
but
it worked.
I
But did
didn't
it
know
go
he
a
was
good
like a French guy, and so he gave it. But I
Uh-huh.
didn't know if he knew if it was a date or not, because the entire time after he spoke to me, I was like, "Are you?" Actually, I'm not gonna say
Are
this.
you from heaven?
Are you from heaven?
are you from Tennessee?
No, but I will say it's very scary.
Mm.
Like I was shitting bricks.
And you guys all expect the guys to do the first one.
Yeah, and so
'Cause, bro,
I give
you
you
know
a
what?
lot
We
of
can-
props
I think
and
we
kudos
can-
for that.
I feel like though,
we have to get the balls to do that. Like, you gotta do it, bro. It's how it.
I feel like, see, everyone says like the guy makes the first move,
Yeah.
but I feel like in order for a guy to make the first
You have to
move,
see
the
some
girl
initiative.
has to make a first
Move
like,
back. Yeah, I get what you're saying.
You know,
Like
You know
Like
what I mean?
The way girls do the moves, like they walk past you. That's the move.
that's
Yeah,
true.
that's
You
literally
know,
the move.
No,
Like, I was like, how am I supposed to know that? How am I supposed to like know 100% that you're into?
Like they make eye contact for like 0.2 seconds and they're like, oh, I made a
I
first
move.
move. Like
Yeah,
why
yeah,
why
yeah.
is he
How
coming
much-
Or
up
they
to me
like,
like
or we would like accidentally like brush you, like we'll like pass by you and
At,
we'll just
like-
like
Yeah. This
and
one-
it's you guys are probably just like, oh, someone tapped me and like, whatever.
Yeah, no.
Yeah,
Nah, that's
our
not what we
moves are
think.
very
Because like you should be like, I'm giving him the signals. The only signal I see is a bad
Yeah.
man signal. Like honestly. Okay. So.
yeah, but I will say it's honestly not that bad. If you wanted to approach a girl at the gym, the issue is if it goes wrong, you're gonna see her probably
that's
a lot.
that's
Yeah,
the thing
yeah.
is like
Yeah.
She'd be like. Yeah.
I would be
That's why.
so
That's why I
awkward.
think like to keep it out of the gym. She's like, you don't want
Yeah.
her to like assume stuff about you.
Yeah.
Especially
Because
she
if it's
doesn't know
outside
you.
of the gym, like you're probably not gonna see her there again.
Yeah.
Like you right? Like it,
My friends who are like my girlfriends, like they've been like approached by guys in the gym and it never works. It never works. Trust me. And they doesn't work. It never works.
just
They find it creep. Sometimes they find it creep. Sometimes they're like, that was awkward.
It also depends on the guy, because if I will say if I'm into the guy, then I'll give him.
that's what I mean.
If I'm not,
And that's what I
then
mean. You don't
it's-
need like what they say res nowadays. You don't
Yeah.
need it if a girl's actually into you.
Yeah,
Like
exactly.
anything you say, she'll
She'll be like,
fine.
okay, yeah.
Yeah, and I think
Yeah.
that's what people miss on. Like, just be you, bro.
Just
Just don't be weird. And like, I mean,
Just you know what I think it is. I think guys just need to take care of themselves.
oh yeah.
I think that's a huge part of like
We lack in this area
being like a part of the attractive group is like actually putting in the effort to
to try to look good.
look nice, like not showing up to class or like school always in sweats and in like joggers and
That's me,
I
bro. No, cause like sometimes I'm just like in university and I just don't want to wear jeans and
Yeah, but
I feel comfortable.
yeah. But I would say if you're gonna approach
Oh
a
yeah,
girl,
I'm not gonna be in sweats.
Yeah.
yeah.
I've never approached girls. Anyway.
Yeah.
I'm afraid.
I don't chase, I attract. That's
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
the
yeah.
motto.
It's fun.
I don't know about that one
Pinterest
either.
quotes.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Shout out to
Pinterest.
Pinterest
Shout out.
quotes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I guess this is it for this episode though, because they're gonna kick us out. I think in a bit.
Really? Oh, I've been
Yeah.
having so much fun.
Yeah.
I think this is one of the topics that like you can always talk
can
about.
just talk
Yeah.
about
No, I
for-
mean, who said this is gonna be done? Yo, we have more to come.
Yeah.
That's more to come.
Part 2?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Can I come back for part 2?
You're always welcome.
Nah,
You're always welcome, Julian.
get out of here.
It was welcome. Just free up your time.
Don't even talk.
Oh yeah, good luck to all the uni students who are going for co-op and internships. Like,
oh yeah,
we're all in this together.
Career fair today. Woo!
We're gonna go to the career fair after.
Yeah,
this, so.
we have to figure out how to dress him.
Yeah, because
he came in a hoodie and
because like you know what I did because like it's a job fair. I'm not gonna get a job right now. Like
yeah, but
you want to look like
we took this in economics. If everybody dressed nicely, like that's easy. It doesn't speak that you're some person because like
that's true.
A guy who has straight like I don't know like who's not the best in the world can dress nicely and fool everybody. I think just you got to be confident, like know how to talk your way with that.
It is, but I mean in terms of like initial, what is the word I'm looking for? Initial like when you come up to someone impression, initial impression like it dressing nice can get you. Kind of like a foot in the door.
Like, he cares. Yeah, maybe. Okay, yeah. Sometimes. But I think when you open your mouth and you don't know how to speak, then that's a problem.
I mean, in this sense, like, they know we're all students.
That might be my problem.
What?
You don't know how to speak?
I don't know how to speak.
You gotta just fool them. You gotta show them how confident
this podcast?
Yo.
No, I'm kidding.
Yo,
she attacked you. She attacked you.
Get out of here.
Okay, all right. So I just want to say thank you guys for tuning in on this episode. Make sure to subscribe on YouTube and follow us on Spotify. And yeah, we go on Instagram too by Crash Course and Nothing. So yeah, stay tuned for more, guys. I love you. Crash Course is out.
Bye-bye.
Bye, guys.